Right, let me unmute you. Right, let's put this into going to live. So when we start, we're going to say thank you so much, everybody, and do a little bit about your reason for starting Arbonne.
Yeah, can you see me quite well? Do I need the big light on?
I can see you.
Can you see me?
It's next steps with Arbonne, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so we're running late, so I'm just going to get it going to your page. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then when you're ready, just say, my business partner, Danny's been doing it for a little bit longer, and then just hand it to me when you're ready, okay?
Okay.
Right, hang on, I'll tell you when. I'm just about to get it set up.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
I'm like, oh my gosh. Right, going live. Okay, we're live.
Oh, hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome. So excited for you to be joining me here this evening, and Danny for taking the time for doing this as well. So for those of you who don't know me, you already know who I am, but I'm Simone, and I have been doing Arbonne now for like 2 weeks. So I've just launched my second business. I have Beauty Boutique, and now I have Arbonne as well. So I've got two businesses. One of them, both very into beauty as well. As you know, I'm very into my makeup, which Arbonne has. It has nutrition, and it also has skincare as well. But Danny will explain a little bit more of that very shortly. But the reason why I'm doing this is that I learned about Arbonne, I would say, in 2006. And I loved the product. I really did. And I literally didn't take the business side seriously, I would say. So literally last December, I don't know about you, but I felt a bit, and I ordered the 30 days to help you live in. And just to get me back on started, and Arbonne sent me two. Thank you. I literally gave one to my business partner, Zinzi, who you all know as well, my business partner in Beauty Boutique. She's amazing, and she fell in love with them just as much as I did. We both agreed that we would turn it into a business together. She's my sponsor. She found Danny Wells, who's here tonight, and we are going to go to the top with it. So we're so excited, so excited. But as I said, I've only been doing this business for only 2 weeks. I'm still learning. It is a learning curve. You learn on the job, as it was, being your own boss with this. And I'll hand it over to Danny, because she will explain a lot more in detail what can I.
Thank you, Simone. I just absolutely love how beautiful you are. Like your skin, hair, you're just the most beautiful person, but not just on the outside, like on the inside as well. Just incredible. Oh, here's my cat. Come say hello. Hi everybody. Are you guys cats or dog people? Let us know in the comments. Like, it's such a 50-50, isn't it? Cats, team dog. I'm a big cat person. So my name is Danny, like Simone said, and I do have my Arbonne business as well. And I've had my own Arbonne business for nearly 5 years, which is crazy. And how I kind of came about to having my own Arbonne business, I'll take you back. I used to work in ophthalmology, so I worked for Specsavers opticians. Sorry, worked for Specsavers, and I did that for many years. And to be honest, that's where I thought I'd end up retiring. Goodness knows what age the retirement age is these days, but that's where I thought I would stay. And I've got 2 daughters, and my youngest daughter, unfortunately, had a brain hemorrhage and a stroke, and it came completely out of the blue. So it was something that we never saw happening. It came, and we spent a lot of her early life in the Leicester Royal, so near where Simone lives. And she went from life support to intensive care to high dependency wards. And eventually when she was discharged, but still having lots of different appointments, and she'd still have MRI scans, and she'd have fits and seizures. So we'd always be in ambulances here, there and everywhere. And my boss, quite rightly, said to me at Specsavers, look, Danny, are you coming back to work or not? Which is fair enough. You know, he's got staff and employees. He needs to know what's going on. And I had to say to him, do you know, I can't. Like, my daughter needed me. And he wouldn't have wanted to employ me again anyway, because I'd have been constantly saying, oh, I've got to go. Ivana's in hospital again. She's got this appointment. So I kind of became a little bit unemployable. Hi, Zinzi, who's watching. Hi, Annetta as well, and Chanel. So I ended up leaving Specsavers, and I waved goodbye to my income. So that was gone. So my husband's income was coming in at the beginning of every month, but it was literally only covering the first half of the month. And the second half of the month, all the money was gone. And there were times when we would literally have to choose between eating well or putting the heating on. Like, that's how desperate it became. So we got into a lot of debt, and I actually went on to benefits as well. And the money that I was given from the government, it was £60 a week. And I'm so grateful for that money. Like, oh my gosh, we're so lucky to live in a country where when we're on our knees on the floor, we're supported. But as grateful as I am, that £60 a week didn't even cover the fuel going to the hospital. It didn't even cover the parking at the Leicester Royal. Like, if anybody's ever been, you'll know what I mean. So I was desperate, and I was actually, because of how miserable we were. I know they say that money doesn't buy happiness, and I truly do get that. But when you've got no money and you can't eat properly and you can't provide for your family and you're in so much debt, it puts a massive strain, like, on your marriage. Like, it put a strain on my friendships. A lot of my friendships fizzled away, and I felt like a failure as a mum. I felt like I was completely failing. And so I was on quite a lot of medication for depression as well, and anxiety. So I decided to moan about it on Facebook, because that's what we do, don't we? Like, when we're having a pretty rough time, we have a whinge on Facebook. So I was complaining on Facebook, and a friend actually reached out to me and said to me, Danni, I know you're going through a really tricky time at the minute. I want to tell you a bit about this online business, this work from home thing that I'm doing, because I think it might really be something for you. So I met her for a coffee the next day, because I'm really open-minded, and I was like, come on then, tell me. And she said to me, okay, have you ever heard of Arbonne? And I was like, no, which I hadn't. And she said, okay, have you ever heard of social marketing? Or you might have heard of it as multi-level marketing or network marketing. And I was like, no, I hadn't. And she said, okay, are you aware that there's quite a lot of toxins in products, like loads of chemicals in products that we're all buying from the high street, and they fill our bathrooms and our dressing table and in our kitchen? And these products with all these toxins and chemicals in actually cause long-term damage. So there's lots of links now with, like, cancer and autoimmunes and all these other links. And I was like, call me naive, but 5 years ago I was like, no. Like, I genuinely had no idea about all the links that we now are starting to know about. Like, I didn't know about all the court cases, you know, from people suing a lot of these big companies that I used, like, baby care ranges on my children and stuff. But actually, when she was telling me, it made sense, because my kids had really bad eczema. I'd been diagnosed with lupus. My husband's got fibromyalgia, which you might have know as chronic fatigue or ME. And I'm, like, literally putting these products, like, into our family on a day-to-day basis. So everything she was saying made sense. And then she said to me, okay, so basically, Danni, there's this company called Arbonne. It's been around for 40 years. And as soon as she said 40 years, my ears pricked, because I thought, if I am going to get involved with an at-home business, I don't want it to be a business that's literally, like, popped up out of nowhere, and who knows where it's going to be in less than a couple of years. You know, I think they say less than 10% of businesses last past their 10-year anniversary. So I didn't want to put my time and energy into something that might be gone in the first 10 years. So when she said 40 years, I was like, oh, interesting. Anyway, I digress. So she said it's got a Swiss heritage. So again, I was like, oh, things from Switzerland. Like, we all know luxury, Switzerland, think of chocolate, watches, etc. And she said, and it's a company where the founder's called Peter Mork. He left a company that I won't say the name of, but you will have heard of it. He left this company because they were being sued by all these different people for knowing that they were putting these toxins and chemicals in their products. It's still going on now. And he left because he was like, I'm not about that. And they were also about animal testing and, you know, destroying the environment. And our great grandchildren are going to inherit this environment, this earth that we live on. So he left. And he said, I don't want to be associated with a company like that. I'm going to set up my own company. We're not going to test on animals. We're going to have plant-based, natural products. We're going to have products that actually work. So when they say they're going to get rid of the wrinkles, they get rid of the wrinkles. When they say that they're going to actually help our guts and reduce IBS symptoms, that's exactly what they're going to do. When they say they're going to give you an energy boost, that's what it's going to do. So products that are scientific and results driven. And he also said the products are going to be so good, so like ultra premium, so high end, that we're not going to sell them in a shop, because if they're sold in shops, the price goes up 80%, which we all know. We all know products go up about 80% to pay for, like, the lorry drivers, the shelf stackers, the people on the till, the advertising, the managers of the store, the warehouse. So he's like, I'm not going to have these products go up 80%. They're only going to be, they're going to move from where they're made, so the manufacturers, and they're going to go straight to the customer's house. So if you want a toothpaste or a deodorant, it's going to go from the manufacturer straight to your house. So they call that from farm to table. So none of these like 100 people in the middle that are taking a piece of the pie. And he said, people are going to know about these products because they're going to get recommended to them by a friend. And that friend is going to get paid for that recommendation. You know, like if we recommend somebody to go to the supermarket and you get like a £10 refer a friend voucher, like that. So when she was telling me, I was like, this is amazing. So basically, I said to her, let me get this right. I can start my own business. All the websites built for me. I use these products myself. I can pay, buy the products at cost, which means that even if I don't grow a business out of it, I'm still getting a major discount on the products. She was like, yeah. And I said, and if I tell people what results I'm having, so if I have the results where it gets rid of my kids' eczema, it helps me with my autoimmune, it gives me energy, like makes my hair better, it makes my skin better. Like if I'm having these results and I share these results, if somebody chooses to buy a product based on my recommendation, I get paid for that recommendation. And my friend was like, yeah. I was like, where do I sign up? Like, to me, there was no catch. I was like, brilliant. So I signed up straight away. Like, I wasn't one of these people that was like, well, what if it doesn't work? You know, what if I haven't got the time to have a shower and use the shower gel? Like, none of that. I was like, I'm all in. So I got started in this business. I will say this, I'll be really honest with you all. My first paycheck was £12.50. It was nothing to shout about. My second paycheck was £25. Like, ooh, I know. Third paycheck was £50. But then it started to take off. My fourth paycheck was £500. So once I got to about 4 months, so it doesn't happen overnight. You know, you don't start a business and the next day you're a millionaire. You know, it's none of that. And I knew that. I was realistic. But 4 months into building my business, and it really started to take off. And what happened was, I was seeing results. My kids' skin was seeing results. I came off medication after 60 days using the 30 days, which Simone's just briefly touched on. I came off medication, and people were saying to me, oh my gosh, Danni, you've got all this energy, you've lost so much weight, your skin looks amazing, what are you doing? So I was telling them. They were then buying the products based on my recommendation, but then their friends who I didn't know were then buying products, and their friends were buying products. So before I knew it, my website was being shared to somebody in Canada, who shared it with somebody in Australia, who shared it with somebody in Poland, who shared it with somebody in America, who shared it with somebody in New Zealand. And people were buying from my website. I didn't know 90% of these people, but that my website was getting shared and shared and shared, and I was getting paid for that. It was amazing. So after 6 months building my business, I promoted to the second level in Arbonne. There's only 4 levels, and I was making £2,000 a month. So that was 6 months in. Now, if you are supporting Simone with her business, again, this doesn't happen for everybody. Some people promote quicker, some people it takes them longer. It's like any business, it grows at the speed that the more effort you put in, the more you get back. But 6 months, I was earning £2,000 a month, and I was able to say to my husband, bless him, who had fibromyalgia, I was able to say to him, you can quit your job now. He'd been working 7 days a week for 2.5 years at this point, while I was on benefits, while I left Specsavers, and I was able to give him the opportunity to leave. Like, that for me was worth everything. Like, it meant so much to me. And then he was able to set up his own business, and now he's building his own dream, and he works part-time. I've been with this business for 5 years now, and at my kids' school, my husband is the only dad that's there, and me. So my kids get mum and dad at every harvest festival, at every swimming lesson, at every nativity, at every Star of the Week assembly. Like, we volunteer when they want us to do flipping cross stitch, like everything. Mum and dad are there. Like, my kids are the only kids in the school where they have 2 parents there. And do you know, sometimes we bring grandma along as well. Like, it's so, because she does Arbonne as well. It's so amazing that this business gives people the opportunity to give themselves more free time. That is priceless. Like, you cannot put a price on having more free time, and that's what this business does. So Simone started building her business, and I know that she's going to keep building this and building this and building this, because she's got such a massive heart. Like, she wants to help people. She wants to make a difference. So you're probably watching this thinking, okay, great. how can I support Simone in her business? So there's 3 ways that you can help support Simone, and you can tell her at the end you're a 1, 2, or a 3. That's all you have to say. Simone, I'm a 1, or I'm a 2, or I'm a 3. So number 1 is you can become a customer if that's what you want to do. So if you're already using like shampoo, shower gel, deodorant, toothpaste, makeup, skincare, sun creams, essential oils, you know, all that stuff, or nutrition, you know, the 30 days is amazing. You can become a customer. So you can say to Simone, right, I'm a 1, give me a discount and I'm going to get these products. And all the products have got a full 45-day money back guarantee. So you can use the product to the very last drop. As long as it's within 45 days, you can send an empty package back to Arbonne and you get a full refund. No quibble. Like, to me, if a company's willing to do that, that's pretty special. So you can speak to Simone and say, okay, I'm interested. I want to buy a mascara, a primer, and a toothpaste, you know, whatever your shopping is, and tell her that you want a discount and she'll sort that out for you. And if you spend a certain amount, you can even get a free gift up to £100 as well. Brilliant. So tell her I'm a 1. Right, the second way is you can say, right, Simone, I want to do this business as well. It's £30 to get a business of my own. I want all the products at full discount like you. And if I make any recommendations to anybody, I want to get paid for that recommendation. So I'm in, I want to be a business builder with you. There's no set targets. There's no, right, you've got to do this, like it's your business. You'll get added into the team WhatsApp, you'll get added into the Facebook support group. We get free training by people, that makeup artists that work on the X Factor with the Arbonne products on the X Factor. We get free training from them. We get free training from nutritionists that work with Olympians, free training from skincare experts. It's amazing. The community and the people, the best way I can describe the Arbonne community is like being in the military, where everybody's got your back and everybody's supportive and encouraging. It's incredible. So if that's you and you want to make money out of having an account like Simone and I, say to Simone, right, I'm a 2, get me in, let's get this sorted. And you get a free product as well when you join as a business builder. Lovely. If neither of those options are something for you, that's absolutely fine. It's not for everybody. Some people need to make an extra income or don't need the extra time that this business gives, and that's okay. So the third way you can support Simone is you can be a cheerleader. We need cheerleaders in our life. Like, gosh, if my friend said to me, I've opened up a coffee dog walking business, I don't even have dogs, I'll be like, I'm supporting you. I'm going to send everybody to you that's got dogs. So being a cheerleader, like, we need our cheerleaders. So what you can do as a cheerleader is you can say to Simone, how you getting on with your business? How's things going? Like, if you have got any samples that you want me to try and use and talk about on Facebook, like, give me the nod, I'll do that for you. You could maybe host a party for Simone, and that can be in person or online. You could maybe refer people to Simone. So if somebody says to you, oh, my little one's got really bad skin, say to them, oh, my friend Simone has got this amazing business. Let me get you in touch with her so she can give you some free samples. Or if somebody says to you, oh my gosh, my washing machine's just broke, can't afford to get it fixed, like, I'm sick of living like this, like, there's never enough money at the end of the month, then say, oh my gosh, my friend Simone's got this business and she can show you and teach you a way to build a second income without like impacting the time that you've got. Can't even think of the word that I'm trying to say now. Like, introduce her to Simone. So being a cheerleader is just about keeping her accountable, keeping her motivated, and sending people along that you know are going to love this business, or love the product. So all you need to do is say to Simone, I'm a 1, I'm a 2, or a 3. Any one of those would be absolutely amazing. Now, I realise, I'm going to hand back to Simone in a second. I realise I've literally given you like the preview of Arbonne, like the trailer, and not the movie. But I didn't want to spend too long talking about this business because people have got short attention spans, as have I. So any questions that you've got, pop your questions in the comments and I'll come back and I'll answer them. And then as over the next few days, me and Simone will put some different videos in this group, maybe like a 30 days video, a skincare video, so that you've got a better idea on the products and the business, so that this is just like a very brief overview. But right, I can talk. So I'm going to hand you back to Simone now. But thank you for listening to me.
Thank you so much, Danni. I love it. I just love this business so much, and I just love what it's about. I love what it can give me, my family, other people. it's got me stamped right on it. And with you as my upline, Zinzi as my sponsor, I can't thank you both enough. So thank you again for everyone for joining us this evening. Thank you for taking time to just listen and using your ears. Any questions, or if you want to know about any of the products, you want to try them, anything, or just give me feedback on tonight would be so appreciated. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.